This lesson is about rotations, and we're going to go over the rules real quick. Rules for rotating counterclockwise. About the origin. Counterclockwise is opposite of how the clock goes. So if we're starting here, the clock would normally go this way. So counterclockwise, it's going to go to the left. Rotate to the left, rotate backwards. If it's going to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, your rule is going to be X, Y, and it goes to negative Y, X. Because if it's going backwards, it's going to change your X and it's going to change your Y. Rule for 180 degrees. Everything changes. X, Y, everything changes. It's the opposite. 280, 270. 270, X, Y goes to Y, X. Okay, so those are your rules. I'm not going to draw all the rotations, but I want to make sure that we're understanding how to do this. So if triangle PQR with vertices of P3, 7 and Q, 8, 1 and R, 1, 2, and we want to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. So it means we're going this way. Let's draw our P. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is your P. I'll just write it here. It's a little easier to see going up and down. So this is the pre-image, which is your original. And then your Q would be 8, 1. 1, 2, 1. There's my Q. And R is going to be 1, 2. Draw your original image. Okay. We want to highlight it so we don't get confused. And then we want to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So you take your paper and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. And so when you look at the grid, and we're going to pretend that this is where it should be. When I rotate it, this is where that one's going to be in the quadrant 2. So if I did this, P prime would be, starting from your origin, would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 7, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's see if that worked with our rule. I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise. I have X, Y, and I changed the Y to a negative Y, and X came here. So it followed the rule. But if you don't remember the rule, just turn your paper. Let's find Q. Q is going to be right here. So if this was a normal graph, I'm just going to go negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So negative 1, 8. Turn it back. And that was Q prime. And then R prime would be 1, 2, 1. Negative 2, 1. And now you need to go put this image on your paper. And it's going to be in the second quadrant. And needs to be right here. I'll do this one really quick for you. So we're going to go back -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up 3, 1, 2, 3. And that is P prime. Q would be -1, up 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Q prime. R prime will be -2, 1, 2, up 1. That's R prime. So, it's not a rotation. Now this is a rotation. It's not a reflection. I see a lot of people trying to make them into reflections, and they're not reflections. We're just rotating it about the origin. So let's look at number 2. In 180, remember the rule? It's just opposite, because if it starts here, it's going to be here, here to here. It's whatever the original is going to be. So vertices of W is going to be 2, 1, 2, 3. And then X is going to be 5, 8. That's your X. Go ahead and draw my line to it. Y is 7, 6. And that was Y. And then Z, 8, 2. So here is your original figure. If I write them out, it will be W, 2, 3, X, 5, 8, Y, 7, 6, and Z, 8, 2. And so 180 means it's going to end up over here. And if we look up 180, since it's just the opposite, everything is the opposite. So you'll have -2, -3, -5, -8, -7, -6, -8, -2. And when you finish, it should be on this quadrant. Number 3. We're going 270 counterclockwise. We have M, 2, 4, N, 5, 6, O, 8, 4, and P, 5, 2. Okay, so we can count those out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N. We have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4. There's your O. P is 5, 2. And there's your P. This is your original. And it's going to go counterclockwise. So again, that would be 90. That would be 180. And this one's going to be 270. So this figure is going to be right here when you're done. If you go to the rules for counterclockwise, 270, it's going to have your Y's and your X change. Okay, so if my N, again, 90, 180, 270. So if this was the original, it's going to be, M would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So 4, negative 2. So actually I forgot my negative up here. Sorry, because that has to be a negative. And that would be M prime. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so N would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, negative 5. So we're just following the rule, but I'm doing it by turning the rotation around to 270 counterclockwise. So O, if we just went by the rule, would be 4, negative 8, and 2, negative 5. Okay, let's just graph it and see. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2, 1, 2, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so all these are your prime number, your primes. Okay. Number 4, again, is 180. So remember your rule. When it changes, everything just goes opposite. So if A equals negative 7, 7, B equals negative 4, 8, C negative 2, 2, and D equals negative 5, 1. Negative 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative, and then 7 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be A. And you need to go ahead and graph it over here. But knowing it's going to be a 180, everything's going to change. It's going to be a 7, negative 7. Remember opposites. B is going to be a 4, negative 8. It's going to be a 2, negative 2, and a 5, and a negative 1. And again, you need to graph it, so the original should be up here, and the prime should be down here. Pre-image, image. Okay. This one we're going to go clockwise, not counterclockwise, so we can get some practice in on the clockwise. Okay. So if you have R, 3, negative 1, S, 5, negative 1, T, 7, negative 6, and U, 1, negative 6. So your image will be here, your pre-image. So 1, 2, 3, 1. This is R. 5, negative 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1. S. T is going to be 7, 6. It's going to be T, and then 1, negative 6. Be your U. So again, if I'm going to rotate this, I rotate it clockwise, it's going this way. Counterclockwise would have gone that way. Okay, so if I'm going to go clockwise, rotate it 90 degrees, just turn your paper. So your R would be 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. Your S prime is going to be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your T is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It would be 6, 7. And the U would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So you turn it back around, and there's your new figure. Okay. Now, however, I did it clockwise. If your teacher says counterclockwise, then it's going to be over here. My new figure is going to be here. So it depends on what your teacher says. And again, this one is 180, so it doesn't matter. It's just going to be opposite. So if I have J, 3, negative 2, K, 7, 0, L, 6, negative 5, and M, 2, negative 7. And at 180, all the signs are the opposite. So J would be negative 3, 2, negative 7, 0. Nothing is opposite of 0. L, opposite, 6, negative 6, 5. M, negative 2, 7. Okay, so this is your prime. Because it's 180, everything's opposite. Counterclockwise. Again, T, negative 4, 0. U, negative 1, negative 2. V, negative 8, negative 7. And if you remember your rule, 90 degrees counterclockwise is going to go, X, Y is going to go to negative Y, X. Okay, so your original image is going to be negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, T. Negative 1, 1, 2, U. V is going to be 8, 7, and that's B. Counterclockwise, 90 degrees, it's going to go here. That's the way it should look when you finish. So let's see. I rotate it around. Your T prime is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. Your Y is going to be 1, 2, and negative 1. Your V will be 7 and negative 8. Kind of write it all crooked so I can get it down while I've turned it. Okay. So graph it. Over here, your prime numbers. Let's look at 11 real quick. Trapezoid E, F, G, H with vertices. E, 2, negative 1. F, 6, negative 1. G, 6, negative 4. And H, 2, negative 7. 280 counterclockwise. 1, 2, 1 is E, 6, negative 1 is F, and 6, negative 4 is here would be G, and 2, -7 be here, which is H. And you want to go counterclockwise. Okay, that's opposite of the clock. So 190, 180. It's going to end up in this one right here. Counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3. So when you finish, your new figure should look like this. So for 270 counterclockwise, remember your rule. X, Y, it's going to change to Y, oh, shoot, Y, negative X. Y, negative X. So I did it counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3. That's the way your image should look. Let's just go ahead and put the coordinates down. So this is E, would be -1, 1, 2. -1, -2. F would be -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1, -6. G is going to be -1, 2, 3, 4. -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -4, -6. And then H is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. -7, -2. Oops, I'm not sure how much of that you saw, but there you go. And now you need to draw your new figure, and it should be in this quadrant, all negatives. And there was your rule. I also like to turn my page and make sure. All right, if you have any questions, you need to come into class early before school or message me on Google Classroom.